Donald Trump is freaking out over these tariffs being invalidated by the appeals court. Let's talk about it. Hi, I'm Darren Monroe. I used to work on Kamala Harris's campaign, one of tens of thousands in the engagement team. And as you see, I have 30 years marketing, branding experience working for Universal DreamWorks MCA. On this channel, I take you from chaos to clarity. Speaking of clarity, I have a clarity group. Get in this weekend before the price doubles. Get in. Also, I have a moneymaker group. Get in that. The price is going up. All the prices going up. So you can get in through the link in the description or the link in the bio. Meaning, if you go to my homepage on this YouTube channel, you'll see the description. So let's go. First of all, I want to break down to you that I've said this repeatedly for the last 8 months. I've been telling you that there are three groups fighting Trump. So when people ask, why isn't anybody doing anything about Trump? They are. There are three main groups. The 23 governors and attorney generals. I'm the only one. If you notice that, look at other people's stuff. I'm the only one who's saying this repeatedly. There are 23 governors and attorney generals. There are the nonprofits like the ACLU, Indivisible, NAACP, a ton of nonprofits suing class action for the last 31 weeks. By the way, those two groups, they've been winning. And they've been winning with the help of the third group. The third group is the lower court judicial branch. Let me break it down to you. 94 districts across 50 states, 677 judges. I'm not saying all of them on our side, but there are a lot of them. And one thing that's absolutely been proven over the last 31 weeks of Trumpism is that there are judges who are Reagan, Bush, and even Trump appointed, who will say, nope, we ain't having it. It's illegal. It's illegal. So this appeal court said, no, your tariffs, they ain't legal. They got to go. And Trump is freaked out over it and saying, oh, well, I'll have you know, and listen to the end of it. This is hilarious. He said, I'll have you know that this is going to help America. No, it's not. It's going to help yourself. You see, here's what the left isn't telling you. This is where you should zoom in on what I'm saying now. And if you haven't subscribed already, I'm pretty sure I'm going to earn your subscription. What's about to come out of my mouth. Because nobody's talking about this. Why does that boy want tariffs? Why does he want the tariffs? Why does he want the tariffs, y'all? Why is he pushing tariffs when everybody's saying no tariffs? When every economic professional saying, hell no, don't do this. Why does he want tariffs? Nobody talks about it enough on the left. They need to stress why, and here it is. Donald Trump, and you can look at my playlist here on YouTube, but I got a deeper dive in the Clarity Group. Here's the deal. Donald Trump is making his money in several ways. He's making billions inside of months. Here's how. He puts tariffs on people. Who does it affect when he puts 50% tariffs on India? Does it affect India? Sure. Does it affect America? Sure. Well, who stops him? Who makes sure that he's taken care of? Think about what I just said. It's not helping the country. It's helping the Trump family fortune. You see, if all of those people who have billions of dollars, millions and billions of dollars on the line in America, in India, if they find a way to convince him, he lifts the tariffs. That's why he's taco. It's not because he's a punk ass on tariffs. It's because somebody paid the VIG, short for vigorish. In Chicago, we call it the juice. They made sure that Donald Trump was taken care of. Well, how do they do that, Darren? Oh, meme coins. Do you know his meme coins, all his family's meme coins, are nothing but Swiss bank accounts? He doesn't need actual money. He gets the meme coin money. All those people put money into his meme coin. He lifts the tariffs. He lifts the tariffs based on, and his family, that's why they're not in public service. because they're too busy in private service. The game is on. But keep listening. I'm going to tell you how he's going to get caught and why this man could possibly go to jail guaranteed and his family go down. You ready? You ready? I know you want to hear this. Yeah, it's got to wipe my eyes for this one. Get all four of the eyes going. Here's the deal. Meme coins, blockchain, are public. So whoever's putting the money in, whoever the bag man is to put the money in, is more traceable than ever. It's not cash. They probably are getting cash and diamonds. They probably got more offshore banks in the Trump family fortune than anybody. But understand this. That meme coin stuff, that's why he used to say all this stuff was a scam. Oh, it's a scam. It's horrible. Then somebody explained it to him how he could grift the hell out of it by the billions. So here he is as president saying, I'm going to put a tariff on India. And here's Indian companies and American companies saying, oh, shit, how do we get you right? How do we make you whole to bring this off us? Because it's eating us alive business-wise. Here's the thing. Americans eat the tariffs. Let's be very clear. Americans are going to eat the tariffs because they're always going to charge a bag off it. But there's a benefit and there's a non-benefit to that. Let me explain. The economy and the way this works is that the benefit and the non-benefit come in this structure. The benefit is they will raise their prices, and this is an excuse to raise prices. If you had a couch that was $200 and you had 50% tariffs, are you going to just charge the extra 50% over to your customer base? Here's the game. Most people don't know whether it's retail or wholesale that's 50%. So let me break it down. The retail of the couch may be $200. The company buying it overseas may be $100. So the $100 should be whatever 50% extra in tariffs. Let's say the tariff was, I don't know, $50. And now it's 50% more, it's $25. So the wholesale should be selling it at $175 with the tariffs added on. But retail and wholesale know that most consumers don't even know the difference. So that $100 couch ends up being $350 to $400. They're profiting off of the tariff scare without actually being hurt by that because they're getting an inflation on that. So there are some people who are paying Trump to make sure they do tariffs on this so that they can charge premium dollars to the U.S. economy because they know they can, and they can blame it on Trump. Then you got another group that's trying to pay off the man. So there's a battle. Pay off the man to pull down the tariffs because they know it's hurting them. Here's how that works. Here's the whole deal. If the tariffs are raised, there's going to be less things bought. Higher prices mean many times, unless it's luxury industry, higher prices mean fewer sales. So if the fewer sales are happening, some companies want higher prices with fewer sales. Maybe they have lower inventory or they position it as luxury. And then there are other companies who want the lower prices so they have more sales. And they're fighting to make sure that Trump does that. Well, how do they fight to make Trump does that? They pay daddy. They pay that vigorish, that juice. Because if they don't pay the juice, they're going to lose. So you got two different sides of companies battling to get him in there in tariffs. He said, oh, this is going to do the country well. No, it's going to do him well. And he's getting paid big time on it behind the game. And look, there's nobody on the left that's broke this down to you, have they? See, I got 30 years marketing branding, but 20 of those years I've been running my own company. I'm telling you, I know the back game. The back game is on one end and on this end. And it's two ends of this story that is screwing up the American economy. And all the American economy has to do is fall below its buying level, and we're in a recession. Boom, in trouble. That's what it's coming down to. So here he is mad at the tariffs being banned because that's fucking up his money. It ain't fucking up the economy. It's not fucking up his policy. It's fucking up his money. And that's going to hit him real bad. Real bad. Did I earn your subscription? You definitely want to binge watch the last 10, 20 of my videos. And definitely see the next video coming up here that's going to flash up on the screen. But make sure you get into my Clarity and my Moneymaker group before the price doubles up.